welcome back to my channel. So as you guys can tell by the title, today I'm going to take you guys through a crochet tutorial again because the last one went really well. I'm going to teach you guys how to make a mesh crochet top, like a summer top you can wear at the beach, or you can just walk around, you can use at different festivals, so on and so forth. The reason why is because pretty girls don't gatekeep, and I have it on my crochet Instagram, which will be here at Iconic Bags and Bags. But if you guys don't really want to buy it, which is extremely reasonable, and you guys want to be able to make that yourself at home, you are able to. You will be able to make it at home because I'm going to show you guys how you do it step by step. First of all, you're going to choose your yarn. I'm going to choose the green yarn, and you want to take, your hook. So my hook is 3mm. I think that's perfect. It's really not too big, but it's not too small. And I always use this metal hook. If you've seen since like last year, I've always used this. It can be painful after a few hours, so I suggest just taking breaks in between. And let's get straight into it. By now, as I was explaining, you guys should have seen how the top looks like. I think it's really cute. So the first step is you're going to basically chain. The amount of chains you make really depends of your torso. I'm going to show you guys. It really depends of your torso around here. So you're going to basically chain, and you're going to measure around to see if it fits how you want, because the top is supposed to be tied here and it's supposed to kind of come off like this. So it really needs to fit your torso. Right under here, like that. So I'm going to chain, and I'm going to show you guys how it's supposed to look like approximately. Guys, I'm back. So I've chained, and this is how it looks like when it's perfectly sized to where I want it to be. But based on the image, you guys could see that the mesh holes were really big, and in order to make these mesh holes, you have to chain more. I will explain that later. However, if we start our big mesh hole, we're going to lose a big portion of where our measurement, how our chain is supposed to be, and it's not going to be our perfect size anymore. Therefore, once you get to your exact size around here, you're going to now chain extra 10. You're going to chain an extra 10, and after you do that, when you start your extra mesh hole, that's going to take a lot of space and a lot of chains, it's going to be the perfect size. So you're going to do a little extra. So when you cut some off, you do some off for your mesh hole, perfect size. If you do the perfect size around here and you do your mesh hole, then it's going to be too small for you. I hope you guys understand. I hope this was not too confusing. But now I'm going to do an extra 10 in front of you guys, speed it up so you guys get to see. Okay, so now I've made 10. So now we're going to start our mesh holes, and I will switch the angle of the camera so you guys get to actually see how we're going to proceed. So this is our chain. Obviously, for the mesh holes to look like the way they looked on camera, you're going to count 10. So as you can see here, I'm just counting 10, and this is basically going to be our first square. If you count one too many or one too little, it's perfectly fine. It does not matter. It will not affect you in a big way. So now I've marked my 10th, what I think is my 10th chain, so I don't lose myself. So you're going to wrap around your hook 3 times, and you're going to put that through the 10th chain that is marked here. Now you're going to wrap your yarn around your hook. You're going to pull through the hole, and you're going to wrap around, pull through 2, wrap around, pull through 2, and then wrap around once again, and then pull through the last 2. Now that you have pulled through all the holes, we're now going to chain 10 before starting our next mesh hole. So as you can see here, I am chaining 10. So now I've marked my 10th chain once again. So wrap around 3 times. You're going to put through the hole, wrap around your hook, pull through the hole again, wrap around, pull through 2, wrap around, pull through 2 until the end. So you can mark your 10th chain with a clip, but personally I like to just pull it extremely so it's kind of like the odd one out, so it shows me that it's my 10th chain. So from here, you're going to chain 10 again. You're going to do that all the way through the end. And once you get to the end, I will show you guys what's the next step before continuing for our project. But this is how your holes should look like. If you want your holes smaller, you don't have to do 10. You can do 5, you can do 8. It's really up to you guys. But personally, I prefer 10. So here's how it looks like after you've done all your mesh holes. This whole thing should go around your torso like I showed you guys. It should be a perfect fit, and if it's too small, then you've probably measured something wrong. And now we're going to chain 10. By the way, it should be perfect even if it's slightly smaller, just because it's slightly stretchy, it's kind of meshy, so it's going to be perfect. So now we're going to chain 10. We've chained 10. And now that we've chained 10, we're going to turn over our work. And from here, you're going to do the exact same thing you've been doing the whole time. So you're going to wrap around your hook 3 times. You're going to put it through the hole. You're going to wrap around your hook, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2 until the end. And you're going to do this all along. And you're going to keep turning over your work, keep making rows until you achieve the amount of rows you want. It should typically be between 10 to 12 rows. If you want it longer, that's completely fine. If you want it small, that's completely fine. But that's an approximate value. So good luck for you guys, and then I'll show you guys. So guys, I'm back. This is me a few hours later. And it's not because I can't crochet fast. It's just because I took breaks in between. I went to eat. Anyways. So this is how your project should look like. So I have done 10 rows because I think that's what's suitable. And you should be able to wrap it around your torso, kind of like this. Like that. So this is how we're going to tie the work. So this is how your work should look like for now. If you misunderstood the steps or it's not how it looks like, I suggest you go back in the video. But yeah, this is how it looks like. It looks really cute, it looks pretty. And now we're towards the end of our project. So obviously our work is going to be attached like this. So towards the both extremities of your work we're going to do the patches that are going to cover this area of your body. So we're going to get straight into it. I will show you guys from the other angle what we're going to do. So you're going to do your patch approximately 3 big mesh holes from the end. You can make it more if you have a bigger chest, or smaller if you have a smaller chest. So you're going to chain 2, wrap on your hook 2 times, and you're going to skip 1 and go into the second chain. So here you can see me skipping 1, putting my hook into the second chain, wrap her around, pull through, and then you're gonna wrap around, pull through 2, wrap around, pull through 2, and then wrap around, pull through 2 again. You're going to do that 3 times, chain again, and you're going to restart this whole process until you get at the end of your 3 big mesh holes. And yeah, that should be approximately 16 to 17 little squares. And yeah, again, if you want to do more, you can do more. If you want to do less, you can do less. And this is how it's supposed to look like until you get to the end of your 3 mesh holes, and I will catch you guys when that is done. So that is when I finished at the end of my 3 mesh holes. So now I'm going to decrease, because obviously for your patch you want it to go smaller and smaller every time, not just stay big, as you guys can saw in the inspo. So what you're going to do here is, in order to have a decrease, you're going to wrap around your hook, you're going to pull through the hole, wrap around, pull through, put it in the second hole, wrap around, pull through again. You're going to have 4. You're going to wrap around, pull through 2, wrap around, pull through 2, and then wrap around, pull through 2 again. And from there, you're going to continue normally. So wrap around twice. Everything we did before, we're going to continue into the other holes. And then when you get to the 2 last holes of your squares, you're going to redo the same decrease. Same thing over and over until you get your form shape. Chain 1. So here, as you can see, I'm doing my holes, and you can kind of see the decrease here. Same thing here, like I just said, and then on the 2 last ones, we're going to do another decrease. Once we get on that second row, we finish that second row, we get on our 3rd row, you're going to do the decrease at the end of the 3rd row, so on and so forth, until you get a result that kind of looks like this. This is how it looks like, and now you're going to keep decreasing until you get only 2 holes, 2 squares. That's when you stop the decrease. And from here, you're going to keep doing these 2 squares until you get to number 26. Until you get to 26 squares. That's what I think is ideal because that's going to be what you wrap around your neck, what you attach around your neck. And I think that's what's ideal. If you want to make it smaller than 26, sorry, that's fine. If you want to make it bigger, more than 26, that's also fine, because it's going to be 26 for 1 strand. So yeah, so these are my 2 squares, and we're going to do this until we get to the end. You're going to do the same thing on the other side, the exact same thing on the other side, on the other patch, until you finish. So guys, I've now basically done the first part that will be fitted here. And now we're, like I explained, we're going to do the part that's supposed to go all the way around your neck. And yeah, so you're going to do that on the other side. We're going to, everything we did on this side, repeat the same thing on the extremity of the other side. And once you're done, I will show you guys how it's supposed to look like and how it's supposed to be worn, because that can be a little confusing. So I'll catch you guys when this is done. Okay guys, moment of reveal. This is how the top looks like. So the top is supposed to be closing in on you, kind of like that. This goes on top and you tie it here. I will try it on right now and I will show you guys how it looks like. Guys, this is how the top is supposed to look like. Supposed to tie at the front. You can just use yarn or you can do another chaining, but I think just use yarn to tie it in the middle. And then this is how the back looks like. This is how you're supposed to tie it at the top here. And yeah, this is how it's supposed to look like. You can honestly wear it like that, or you can like wear it at the beach without anything behind it, or you can wear it with like a bikini behind it like I did. It's really up to you. I'm loving this color. I'm loving the way it's looking like. We just made a top together. I'm literally so proud of you behind the camera if you were able to do this. I'm proud of myself. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to just give me feedback or a thumbs up on if you had any problems or if you have any questions. I got you all, and I'll be back for us to just learn and do new things together. Bye! Head over heels. No,